back to my channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join the Kindle because if you're not, what are you doing? So, I was debating if I should tell this story time because this didn't happen like not too long ago, but it's so fresh that I don't want to make a story time, but I might post it, I might not. If y'all see a story time on YouTube, y'all just gonna see a story time on YouTube. So this is gonna be the story time of my worst, basically like my worst time like ever experiencing work, or basically like my worst job experience. But it was like a company. I don't want to even call it a company. Basically, it was like a program. I just want to say it like that. And I know I look busted. This is what I wear at the gym. It is what it is. Leave me alone. Basically, this happened in February. Well, we're gonna rewind back to July of last year. So basically, after I finished high school in 2022. I didn't know what to do with my life, only because I had so much time, and also because I just started getting into a serious relationship. That was a whole nother story time if y'all want that one. But I was dealing with a lot of stuff, like not even in my relationship, but towards like my family. Like I had to move to Baltimore, I had to move back, I had to do this, move out, move in, move into different places. That's why y'all saw it in my, like in past vlogs, that y'all saw like a moving vlog. But basically, like last year I was just dealing with a lot of stuff. I was dealing with family, I was dealing with this, I was dealing with some personal situations. And basically my mom was just like, you need to do something with your life because you can't be sitting in the house. So I was just like, why not? So we're looking through programs, and we saw this one program that stood out to us. So basically, my mom wanted me to go to a program. On the other hand, I just wanted to deal with my relationship. I didn't even want to do anything. My birthday just passed, so it was just going on and on and on and on and on. And basically, like this place, it was like a program where you could do stuff, but you also had to do a lot of book work upstairs, and then downstairs you had to do physical stuff with actual humans. So basically, my mom, she wanted me to go to a program, and she was just like, we'll explore, we'll do this, we'll do that. I said, okay, cool. We visit this program. So we visit this program, and basically everything was cool. We did a whole entire tour. Like you know how when people be like, oh, there's a tour going on, so be on your best behavior. It looked like that, like it was staged. And it was 1 week until I started the program, and I was really doubting myself. I was just like, I don't want to do this. I've been to multiple programs before, and they all ended because of some personal stuff like in my life that I was diagnosed with, and people just started basically taking that for granted, like calling me slow, calling me this, calling me that. If y'all don't know, I have an intellectual disability, and I do not take that I don't take like people making fun of people who have a different brain cell or have like a different brain than other people. I don't take none of that disrespect stuff, because they get you slapped, repeatedly slapped. But basically, I had a lot of people doubt my disability, and I had to leave those programs because I was either going to get kicked out or just go to jail. So basically, I was just doubting myself because I was just like, alright, this program, I want to graduate, I want to get my license, I want to do this, I want to do that. So as soon as I get there, everybody's cool, everybody's calm, everybody's collected. Why did my whole entire kit did not come yet? And they're talking about, oh, the payment didn't go through. So they're like, yeah, we think that you should start tomorrow. This was on a Tuesday. They say, yeah, we think you should start tomorrow. Yeah. So basically whole time they wasn't paying attention. Like, you should have just looked through the storage. It takes two to tango. Y'all can just look through the storage and find my name on it, named after the president, Kennedy. Make it make sense. So the program started out smooth. We were learning bookwork. We were learning how to do hair and stuff like that. Cause some people did come to that program learning how to do hair. So basically, we're gonna give the teacher name. We're gonna give the teacher. We're gonna give her the name Ratchet, and I'm calling her Ratchet because she was trying to act like people's friend and not like people's teacher. Talking about people. I'll get to that. I'm getting mad all over again. But anyways, we're gonna call that teacher Ratchet because she was not even a teacher. Well, she was a teacher, but she acted like she was somebody's best friend. Like, if somebody was dealing through problems, she didn't care. If somebody was dealing with stuff in the classroom, she didn't care. She just wanted everybody to put their P's and Q's and all this other stuff. So, we're gonna give this other person, we're gonna give her the name Big Back. And I'm calling her Big Back because she is too big and grown to be arguing or beefing with a little 20-year-old. Clock it. So, we're going to give the other person, we're going to give her Big Back. Because Back definitely was big. So, basically, I was cool with everybody. I was calm, cool, collective with everybody. We had a hair show coming up, and everybody was saying, show all your things. It was hair coloring. That was the mod. It was hair coloring. So basically, we had to do hair coloring. So I think everybody was doing like I don't know what it's called. I think it's called bleach. Like, you start bleaching, like the volumes and bleaching 10, 20, 30, 40, like how light you want to go. So, I think I low-key still had a mannequin in my closet. But we had to do hair coloring. I chose blue because blue is my favorite fucking color. Clearly, you see the blue scarf, so. And yeah, we had to do hair coloring. So the first situation, boom. We did hair coloring. We was dyeing the mannequins, and they said since the upstairs, since the upstairs washers are broken, go downstairs on a senior level and use them. Why? So basically, we was going up and down the stairs washing these freaking mannequins. Why the next day, right? We get told that the janitor reported that our class had blue food coloring and blue hair dye in the sink in the girls' bathroom. So the teacher sits us down, not saying it respectfully. She was talking about, I don't like clutter. I don't like people making my class look bad, making it about her. And she was saying, basically, whoever has a blue hair colored mannequin, pass it to me. Because this is ridiculous. So we got all our blue hair mannequins, and they said, whoever doesn't fess up by the end of the day or the next hour or whatever, gets a write-up. So why did everybody that had a blue hair color mannequin like the thing, and we had to get a write-up? So we do our write-ups. Boom. I'm pissed off because that was my first write-up. I didn't do shoozy. So while I go to my locker and I'm just chilling out, whatever, a girl comes to me and says, yeah, the whole class is talking about how they think you did it. You're the one who had the more, you're the one who had the most blue hair coloring in it. And they basically saying it's you. And they basically saying your hands were dyed. Maybe you did something in the bathroom and you didn't feel like going downstairs to wash. I said, first of all, I have class. If I'm going to wash a mannequin, I'm going to wash it in an actual bowl, not a bowl in the freaking sink. Let's talk about it. So basically, they basically was saying it was me. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know nothing about me. Y'all just go based off of what people say, and then on top of that, how you gonna blame somebody instead of asking them to their face? But y'all so hyped to start beef with somebody. I'm very confused.
Okay, but like, are you good, or like do you need that? Do you need that? Okay, you can get that.
So that was the first situation. Second situation. Um Basically the teacher had court and everybody else had to stay here and do their mannequins until she came back. So everybody had to wash, blow dry, and style. I remember this day. So we was doing that, and there was so many blow dryers going on at once. Mind you, I have very, very bad anxiety. So we had one fan, and since people want to be so freaking stingy with the fan, it went to one person. And it wasn't like a little small fan. It was big as hell. It was like bigger than my bed. So, Big Back kept clogging the fan. Like, your back is not sweating that bad to the point where you need the fan that much. Other people are hot. So, boom, we're doing the mannequins. There's a lot of hot blow dryers going on at once. I'm getting irritated. So, I have an anxiety attack. Sit down, and I'm on my phone. I'm texting my boyfriend, like, hey, I just had an anxiety attack. I'm, like, hot. I'm irritated. I'm hungry, and I don't need nobody talking to me. Why Big Back gonna come to me talking about some, why are you sitting down? I said, because I'm hot. She said, no, it's cool, because I'm going to tell the teacher that you were sitting down the whole time that she was going. Why are you dicky?
You're not checking me. You're not checking me. The fuck? You're not checking me.
So, boom. I look at her, and I don't say nothing because this is a grown you know what lady. So I get up, I pack my stuff, and I'm about to leave. I wait for the teacher to come, and I report her and I call her a bully. This is what started it. Called her a bully. Maybe she didn't like that. And the next day, she's making little slurs and making little comments about me, but not to me, because you can't say it to me. Basically was saying, yeah, I wish I could say what I could say, but people want to call me a bully, but I'm not going to say no names, so are you cool? So, boom, another situation. It was the teacher's birthday party. Big Beck chose to do a party, like chose to throw a party for her, and basically asked for her help, but claimed she didn't ask for her help. So, she and I'm gonna call the other girl Butterfly because she's actually very sweet and I follow her to this day. Basically, her and Big Back was gonna get the cake. Everybody else had to contribute, which means money. So I chose to bring donuts. Why give y'all that for bringing donuts? It's coming out of my pocket. And I don't care what nobody has to say. If I'm bringing something to the table, be grateful. I don't have to spend a dime on a teacher I didn't even know for damn near 2 months. If it was my mom, it would have been different. But this is a teacher I don't know. This is also a teacher that accused me of washing my mannequin in the bowl. So, if I bring a piece of candy, a nickel, a penny, or a slice of cake to this party, y'all gonna eat it or y'all gonna appreciate it. Otherwise, I can keep my boyfriend called me. But basically, if I'm bringing something to the table, I don't need nobody acting inconsiderate or greedy. If you don't want the donut, don't suck up the donut, because damn sure when I brought those donuts to the table, everybody was sucking up them donuts, the jelly ones and the chocolate ones. Clock it. So basically, the situation was Big Back was making it about her, but she don't want to admit she was making it about her. Everybody was saying that she acted like a birthday Zilla, and she was trying to take over the whole party. Whole time you asked for her help. So I remember this other girl was gonna bring food, but she was so irritated with Big Back to the point where she didn't want to bring the food no more. Like, she was in the cafeteria, like, going on and on and on about it because she didn't like how that girl was trying to treat everybody and basically was yelling at everybody, saying like, y'all don't hear me talking to y'all, we're not your kids. That is one thing. I hate when people are older and they try to treat somebody like they're their kids. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So boom, that was another situation. The final situation, and this is the situation that made me want to leave. Like, actually leave. There's a one situation and there's a final situation. This other situation, I'm getting mad all over again because I low-key want to go to that school and literally I want to handle that teacher. So boom, the first to last situation, I have a business and I will basically show y'all how important I take my business. I take my business very seriously. I don't play about my business. I built this business from scratch out of my booty hole. I don't care. This, like, it makes me emotional because of the simple fact that I've built I built this whole entire, like, company. Like, I built what I worked for. Coming from money but also not having money is a very hard subject to talk about. But also the simple fact that I built everything that I worked for, and I don't like to be played with, and I don't like to be scammed out of my shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. Whether you're a cousin, uncle, mom, dad, boyfriend, uncle, whatever, hobo, I don't give a fuck. Don't play with me like that. Especially when it comes to my baby, aka my freaking company. I don't play about that. I don't play about my business. I don't play about nothing. I don't play about that. So I sell lashes, edge controls, glasses. I sell basically it all. But my hair stuff is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I had to calm myself down because I was low-key about to cry because I don't like that scamming stuff. Especially when you work hard for it. I don't like that scamming stuff. But basically, I'm selling my lashes. Me and Ratchet was like this. She didn't do nothing like verbally to me, but she would do little stuff, but I wouldn't take it that far because my mom does little stuff and I still love her to this day. So, I was selling lashes, edge controls, and lace glues at the time. So basically, I was talking to Ratchet and I was like, hey Ratchet, I'm selling my lashes. She said, oh, bring me some on Monday. Like, no, not Monday. Bring me some on Tuesday. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. Bring me some on Tuesday or Wednesday. I said, I got you. So Wednesday comes around, I bring my lashes to the class. Like, the class upstairs. Because now I'm downstairs on the senior level. Which means where I do actual humans' hair. So, basically, she looked at the pair of lashes and she got 4 pairs of lashes. And my lashes each are $5. And she said, I'm going to give you the money Friday. That was my first mistake because you're always supposed to have somebody pay you first and then you hand them the product. You never hand them the product first, rather how close you are. How close you are to the person. If you're married, even if you're divorced, you never hand somebody the product first before not paying. That's what I learned my first mistake from. So, basically, she said she was going to give me the money Friday. It's been a month. That was like, I think that was like January-ish. That was a month. She didn't give me the money in a month. And I kept texting her over and over again. Kept texting her. Hey, this is my Cash App. Hey, I'm going to be in school tomorrow. Hey, I'm doing something. So, boom. I'm downstairs, I'm livid. Because that's the thing I was talking about. I don't play about my business. Whether I was a new starter to my business or not. Don't try me at all. I don't like that. Do not try me. So I was telling my new teacher at the time what happened. Somebody downstairs told Ratchet that I was basically livid about the lash situation and I was gonna call corporate, aka the upper management. So why did the old teacher Ratchet come downstairs? Mind you, I was working like the customer service area. So basically, I was doing like helping out, doing certain shampoos. So basically, I was working, and why does the teacher lean over the counter and talk about some do we have a problem? I said nope, and I kept it moving because again, I'm trying to be professional as long as I can. I can't be professional that no more time soon. I can't be professional like that. So boom. She basically says apparently we do because I'm getting told that you're telling people about how you're going to tell corporate and how basically like how I didn't pay you. I said because you didn't. Like what are we talking about? Because you didn't. So she basically says, don't do me like that because I've been real. And she walks away. 10 minutes later, I'm talking to a student. Why did this girl come up to me? Why did Ratchet come up to me talk about some her corporate caller and then go mumble underneath her breath, bitch?
Oh, hi. Wait a minute. Who are you?
So boom, I tell my mom because you're not talking to me. Who gets mad at somebody because you didn't pay them? So boom, this was the final situation. And this situation literally happened like February 28th. So boom. I'm working downstairs, I'm doing people's hair. I get a client. I did not want a client. Basically, I had to do a full blowout, ends trimmed. That's it. That's all she wanted. She didn't even want no style. So I'm doing it. My new teacher helping me, and I'm gonna call this student instigator because she's a real life instigator, and she's the reason why I left. Not, it's her and Big Bag, but definitely her. So basically, instigator calls me over and says Kennedy, but she calls me like Ken or Kennetron, whatever. They call me nicknames. I don't care. So boom, we we're doing the hair. She calls my name. Big Back gonna say out of her duck suitcase lips. Gonna say some. Please do not bring that girl over here. Please and thank you. Did I ask for your opinion? First of all, me and you don't even like each other. So why is you talking about me? First of all, why is you even talking to me? Or even to somebody about me? Like, is you cool? Like, do you need that? You need that? Because you can get that. So, boom. I was probably sick and tired of Big Back. Big Back has been doing so much stuff, and I was tired of it. So, boom, I had to report. I wanted to report it because I was done. I was tired of it. So, I'm in the bathroom. I'm on the phone with my boyfriend. I'm literally going off. After I hang up on him, I'm washing my hands. The administrator was in the bathroom when I was talking. So basically, she calls Big Back into the office and has me like be in the office. So she says, I heard Kennedy in the bathroom saying like basically like venting, and she at the burp. So basically she was saying, basically like the administrator was saying, yeah, Kennedy feels like that you're a bully and XYZ. Before this even administrator got her words out, she said Big Back, the biggest back of all, basically said, I'm not doing this with her. Every single time I see Kennedy, she hides her hands. She doesn't want to do anything. Nobody's bullying that little girl. She's retarded. She's slow. That is probably like the fifth or the fourth person to call me slow. And I hate that about people. No matter whose brain works whatever, I'm never going to have beef over no 35-year-old, 40, 50, 60, 70. I'm never having no beef with no grown ass adult. Rather you're in the freaking, rather you're in a wheelchair, I would never have no beef with you. I don't care. So I was tired of it. So soon as this situation happened, I called my mom. I'm like, get me an Uber home. She gets me an Uber home. Boom. This was on a Thursday. I remember this day. This was on a Thursday. I tell her everything that happened. I told her the administrator didn't do nothing. She just let her talk and she just let her walk away. How you gonna say something after she walks away? Like saying like, alright, that's enough. How you gonna say that after she was just saying all that stuff about me? So boom. I told my mom, and I texted her and I said, I'm leaving this house. Like, I am going to my boyfriend's house. I'm not being around nobody. I just got disrespected in front of everybody. And then she boarded outside of the office and was saying, I can show y'all a bully if y'all want to be a bully. I'm not doing this with this little ass girl. Whatever. You can get that. Definitely you can get that. So, boom. Basically, I tell my mom, and I told her everything, and I left. My mom was like, everything's going to be okay. People are just very ignorant. People are just messy. And I'm at my not my mom's house. I'm at my boyfriend's house, and I told him everything that happened. And that is probably the second program that basically called me slow or just pissed me off heavily. So my mom reported it. Me and my mom are doing something about it. And this is like a recurring thing that's happening like right now. But I can't say details. But all I'm saying is they're going to wish that I did not go to that school. Can we also talk about how the school grant was $20,000? But yeah, that's the end of my story time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join the Kindle family. Because if you're not, what are you doing? If you like this juicy story time, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if y'all want more story times, just text me, whatever. But yeah, I will catch y'all in a little bit. Bye, y'all.